Hi, I'm Heidi. I'm the founder of Moola Masters. This is the Moola Master YouTube channel where we talk about everything money. We're going to talk about income streams. We're going to talk about spending plans, savings, investing, the pros and cons of borrowing, and how to protect your assets. Everything and anything is up for grabs. Thank you for joining us on the Moola Master YouTube channel. Hi guys, it's Heidi, founders of Moola Masters. And like I said, we're doing a video and we're on my computer obviously, so I can just show you how to do a search for mutual funds and what to look for on a prospectus. Hopefully this will be a nice short video, just look at a couple of different things. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. The first one I'm gonna look at is going to be Fidelity, because I have three different companies that we can look up that obviously they are all have their own ways of doing things, but this will certainly give you an idea how to look. So this is Fidelity, and you go up here under News and Research, and then you pick Mutual Funds, and you can see you have some choices. So we can pick Fidelity funds, we can decide if it's active or an index fund. We can just say the Morningstar rating, and Morningstar ratings is a company that rates different mutual funds as far as how well they're doing in their expense ratios and how well they're doing at picking their stocks. So let's just pick something here, Fidelity. We're going to go with actively managed. We talked about the difference between the cost between an index and an actively managed. We have 254 funds here, so let's limit that a little bit. Let's see, we'll pick a class over here, perhaps international equity. So we're gonna look at international stocks and we're gonna want them to do pretty well. So we've got 13 funds that we can look at with the criteria that we picked. So we can look here at their 10-year returns, and overall life of the fund, what those returns have been. So we can see that, and like we were talking about, the S&P 500 has been doing pretty good. So this isn't so awesome what we're looking at there, but let's go ahead and pick one. Let's see, all 13 results here. Yep. This one's not too bad. Total international equity, this is a Fidelity. And when we look here, we see our average returns. We already know this year hasn't been great because of all the inflation concerns. And we see that the 10-year has been 6. And we look over here at expense ratio and we notice that it's 1%, so it's not horrible. We see how much money in millions that this portfolio has under management. And we see the turnover rate. That means how many stocks, what percentage of their stocks are bought and sold. You can see their top 10 holdings right there and other funds that you may want to look at. And then it talks about like the fund manager and how long he's been there, since 2007. So he's been managing this for quite a while. Looks like they have 3 of them. So we can take a look at the fees. We see the gross fees 1.27 right there. We can see the dividends, that's how much that we get paid to be in this stock, and you can usually set those up to get reinvested. And you can see your minimum investments. Now what'll happen with mutual funds is they may say you have to have $5,000 to enter the mutual fund. Or they might say it's 100, so you can look at that number. They usually have a different one for IRAs. It's usually much lower, maybe $100. This one doesn't have any. So the other thing that you need to pay attention to is whether or not, let's see, it's going to be a load or a no load. So to do that, I'm going to take us to another company. Quit sharing that one and we'll pick another company and we'll see what that looks like. Okay, so we are here on E-Trade this time, which is a Morgan Stanley company. And we're going to do a mutual fund search here too. And you can see the layout's a little bit different. We're going to maybe do 5-year performance, top 20, and maybe we'll pick category over here, and we will go with, let's do diversified emerging markets. We can pick our Morningstar rating. We can say our expense ratio, how much we're willing to spend on it. So maybe we're going to say 4 or better. So now we're down to, let's just go here and see what we end up with. So there's 29 results that we get to look at here. And when we look here, we can see the expense ratio on this side and how long the manager has been in that position. So we can see, here's one, Calamos Evolving World. It looks like it has $399 million under management. The guy's been there for 14 years and their gross expense ratio is 1.6. So let's just take a peek at that. We see that the initial investment to go into this company is $2,500, and it's $500 if it's for an IRA account. We see that there's no transaction fee. This is the load, no load. And you see down here, it says there's a front end load, which is waived because this is for E-Trade. A lot of times these fees are $50. So just to get in, you're paying them $50 plus the amount that you're investing. The redemption fee means that I want to get my money back out before a certain amount of time. It might be 3 months, it might be 6 months, or it might not ever go away. So that's that redemption fee, is to pull your money back out. They may charge you $50 to get your money back. So your expense ratio right there is 1.6. You can see that there. And we can look over here at the performance. We can look at tax incomes, risk ratings, the overall portfolio right here. So it gives you an idea of what countries it's exposed to, what regions, and the investment style is right here. So large cap, medium cap, and small cap or micro. So that's how you want to look at a prospectus and how it's you can find different ones. I want to show you one other. I'm going to just pull up an index fund on Fidelity because they're really easy to find there. So let me just share Fidelity again. Okay, so we're going to go up here to news and research again. We're going to pick mutual funds. And we're going to, this time, I'm going to go ahead and hit Fidelity Funds. I'm going to say I want to look at index funds. And I want to make sure that it's doing pretty well. So these are all index funds done by Fidelity. Here, see that? Fidelity 500 Index Fund. So that's my, up here, see my annual returns. And what did we say about the S&P 500? We typically see it higher, right? So we don't expect this to be changeover a lot. You're not going to see a 29% changeover. Here it is, 2%, much more in line with what we would expect for 500 stocks, and you're only switching out about 20 of them a year. And you see how really, really low my expense ratio was. We were looking at some that were like 1.4, 1.2%. This is 0.015%. No minimum to invest. And this is the S&P 500. You can see your top 10 holdings, just what you would expect to see for the top 500 companies in the United States. And you can see how it does. So that's it for looking at a prospectus and maybe how to look for an index fund. When you get to your own retirement accounts, you can do the same type of thing. Take a look. Is it an index fund? Is it actively managed? How much money is it going to cost you to get into it? And how much is it going to cost you per year to run it? So we'll see you next week. Bye.
Thank you for joining us on the Moola Master YouTube channel. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe below. And if there's a specific topic you would like to see us go over, please put it in the comments so we can go over it at a later episode. We'll be publishing weekly, so stay tuned for more. If you are interested in one-on-one financial coaching and help with a financial plan, please see our website at Moola, Moola, masters.com. We'll see you there.